Check. Oh God, I almost fell over. What's up? Why did I choose 6K DCI? Now I have the little black bars. Welcome to live stream. We're testing out a couple of things today on the Blackmagic Pyxis. Today we are on the 35mm f1.2. We're back in our new office / micro studio. It's a little warmer in here today, but we are. Last week I kind of shot into the corner, and so I'm testing some things out. But as you can see from the title, we're really just hanging out. So if you are watching the stream, let me know where you're watching from. And I am using StreamYard right now, so I can bring up your chat on the stream itself. So I'm going to open my Blackmagic app. This is my one thing that I wish StreamYard will allow me to do is LUTs. Because right now, this is all like the log out of camera. And you know what? Let me try something. This is the film look out of camera and just like a little bit of adjustment through StreamYard itself. Let me see here. Can I change? I wonder what it would look like if I did that was random. Very random. If I did the no, okay, that's not gonna work. I was gonna see if I could turn on my Rec 709 on the Pyxis itself, but it doesn't really make a difference. Actually, it doesn't make a difference. So whatever. Hanging out, streaming with the Pyxis. I'm gonna see if we get myself in focus. There we go. If you are new to Blackmagic, you know, I haven't had success on monitoring the Pyxis with the phone app. I know some people have been able to use the phone app and monitor the Pyxis. I haven't had success with it, but one app you should look into is the it's just Bluetooth Plus. Bluetooth Plus gives you the ability to do things like one-shot autofocus, and so if you are if you are trying to use an autofocus lens and trying to set focus, do a one-shot autofocus, it has an icon where you can just tap it. What is happening? Yeah, I don't know why. Our office has a ghost. Yeah, the Bluetooth Plus is killer. So you should definitely look into it. All right. So a couple of things that we got going on in the office this week. Hopefully this week I'll get a video out for the PD Movie Live Air 4 Smart. I was trying to get it out last week, and it just wasn't happening. So it's been a crazy couple weeks. We've had a lot of just personal stuff going on between here in the office, and so some time off was needed. So I've been digging these live streams though. Been digging the live streams. I may have to do this with Caleb whenever we do our stuff. All right, so let me see here. So if you're watching and care what I'm streaming with right now is the Blackmagic Pyxis. I'm in 6K. I'm doing a tethered. I tried to get what in the world? Like, what is tripping this?
I don't know. Do you mind if I cut through?
Yeah, you're fine. Like, what is tripping this?
I'll put another thing on it.
What?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Excuse me.
This is how small our studio is. But tethered, I try to get the webcam or like the streaming straight from the Pyxis to a streaming service setup. I couldn't figure out in enough time. So we're doing tethered. And so that's going straight into the computer. And then I've got the 35 millimeter f1.2 from Sigma, the Mark 1. Haha. I made it to a live. It's been months. It has been months. Congratulations and welcome. I did one last week. So the premise of why I'm streaming a little bit more lately is because this is kind of this is our new office. And we're trying to test it out for like a micro studio. I produce a podcast. And we have a couple people that are interested in video podcasts, and we're just trying to see, like, is it?
That's fair because
You just hit that?
Yeah. Dude, it's so hot in here.
It is. Just crack it. Say hi, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Oh my God. Yeah, just crack it a little bit. So yeah, we have a new office, trying to test out different angles in the office. I really like this angle. I think it works better. The corner was nice because you get more depth, but with an f1.2 lens, like everything is bokeh'd out. And so KG Visual says hi, Jess. Jess, you should be going live on TikTok. Why are you not going live? She can't hear me. She's watching YouTube and not me. I'm offended. So I do like this. So if you're interested at all in the trying to help Anson out, go watch my last live stream. Tell me which setup you like better, this one or the last one. Now, this one is a little bit skewed because the last one I was going through OBS, and so I had a LUT. This one is not a LUT. Like I said, it's just straight out of camera, their log or film profile, and just maybe some color saturations and things like that. Sadly, I'm on my way for my 2-year-old's teeth cleaning. Love the work you do. Thank you very much. Dude, 2-year-old teeth cleaning. Cherish those moments, because then you get to 8-year-old cavities and you're like, well, okay, you really should be more diligent about brushing your teeth more regularly, and maybe not eat so much sugar. That's currently what we're dealing with. And let me tell you, cavities aren't cheap. So, but good luck with the tooth appointment. So yeah, we are just kind of, what I like about this setup is the fact that we do have some prints back here. So these are Jess's prints, white wall with some black and white prints from New York and a trip that she took to New York. I like the one that's right above me. It's a picture of Dumbo, Brooklyn Bridge, if you're not familiar. I also have 3-month-old now, so I will cherish it for sure. It's time passes fast, man. Let me tell you. So a couple of updates. I don't really have an agenda for this stream. Where are you going? What? Oh no. Okay. Have fun. No, you're fine. Bye, Jess. This is the shit show.
Sorry, guys.
Oh my God. All 3 of them are so pissed at you right now. I'm so underexposed. Bye, Jess. All right. So yeah, I don't really have an agenda for the stream, just hanging out. It may end early, it may not. But if you do have questions about some of the gear that has been on the channel recently, a couple of cool things coming up. I got my hands on the new TT Artisan 85 millimeter variable bokeh. So if you have been following the channel, I did the 35 millimeter variable bokeh, and then a company reached out and asked if I would review the 85 millimeter. So I got that in on Sunday. So hopefully that should come out in the next week or two. C-Ray is sending me one of their older lenses, but I'm excited to try it out. I think it's one of their Saturn anamorphic, the 1.6. I don't get to do that much with anamorphic, so it's kind of exciting. But that will be for all of that will be for the Pyxis. I may do some with the S1R Mark II, especially for the 85 millimeter, just because it does have IBIS. So that will come in handy there. So that will be coming up. Hopefully this week we'll be doing the review of the PD Movie Live Air 4 Smart. I have the review filmed. It's just a matter of getting B-roll, and we've had a couple of projects come up. I'm really excited about some of the footage you guys are seeing for this one. We did a project with one of our retainer clients, which is a teens therapy practice. I never know what to call those businesses, but it's basically a therapist for teens. And so we did some B-roll for them last week, just for some, we kind of give them social media content. And I'm really excited because some of the stuff that we got was, I love it. So it was great because I showed up to the event that we were helping film. And I brought lights because I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted, sun flares. I wanted that kind of that warm look. And so I was like, well, I know how to get that with lighting. And so I'm going to take the lights, and then the actual natural lighting of the building that we were in worked out to where I didn't even need the lights, and everything I wanted to do was done with the natural lighting. So I'm pretty pumped on that. I don't even, no, I don't have it up. So hopefully that will be this week, with just kind of, giving example footage with the LiDAR system. And overall, I do like the PD Movie Live Air 4 Smart. I have a distrust in LiDAR for the most part. I think it's great for certain scenarios, but it's almost like I'd rather miss focus and pull focus by hand than in some scenarios to trust LiDAR. Just because I never know what it's going to pick up, especially it's just, I don't know. It's good. It picks up people and it tracks. And I think it's really helpful, but I like to hone in on my skill set of actually pulling focus. I don't trust it enough. I think I trust it for a scenario like this. Like we did our podcast here last week and I used LiDAR for that, but I don't think I will for this next one, like for the next podcast we're doing, because I like the look of the 35 a little bit better. Yeah, I told Jess, I was like, I'm calling this a coffee club hangout, and I had to go get coffee because I didn't have coffee. It's like, what is a coffee club hangout if there's no coffee? So, all right, so we're hanging out. What do we want to talk about? Let me see. What do we want to talk about? You know what? Let's go through my subscriptions and see what people are posting right now. Oh, man. Camera Conspiracies is going hard against the Nikon ZR. It's crazy. And honestly, look, let's be real. I'm looking for all the reasons to not pick up that camera. And so when somebody talks trash about that camera, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't need it anymore. Honestly, I'm kind of debating on, oh man, Brandon Talbot. I wonder if this is clickbait. But he's got a Nikon ZR kind of negative. I need to watch that. Anyways, the Nikon ZR. I wonder if it's falling from grace. Everybody was into it, and I think I feel like the Nikon ZR is going to be very similar to the Sigma FP in the sense that people are going to get really excited about it. They may pick it up, but overall they may not. But overall they're not going to enjoy the overall experience because it's quirky. It's got, some things to work through and things like that. So I'm very curious on if that's kind of what everybody's experience is. I know I watched Camera Conspiracy's video and he just didn't like the color science. And I was like, that's weird. I know it's not like full on a red camera, but that's kind of the point, is like it's supposed to have really good color science, especially Nikon colors too. All right, so I feel like nobody's posting anything lately. Like, it's like that first of the year slump where everybody is just like, either you've got people that have deadlines and they're posting, or like you have like a handful of people that are back in the routine of posting. My feed has been very lackluster lately. If the ZR had full HDMI, I would consider it more. If the Nikon ZR had a lot more, I would consider it more. I think the problem for me is, with the Sigma, I said this before, the reason I'm not picking up a Sigma or a Nikon ZR is because I owned a Sigma FP and I just got tired of dealing with quirkiness. I don't like the card slot being at the battery. That's something I didn't like with the FP, and that's one reason I was okay with using SSDs all the time. Azrael, what's up, man? What am I drinking? I'm drinking coffee because it's coffee club. I can't drink. We do have office bourbon, which I got some Eagle Rare last night, which is not a regular staple here in North Carolina. But I don't know if I like it. We'll see. As far as the ZR, so the ZR, yeah, I don't like the card at the battery slot. I don't like the full size, or the lack of full size HDMI. I don't like, what are some? I don't like the lack of ventilation. I don't know how this camera's not overheating. It's like an S9 and a BF for that matter. We'll just say S9 because it has a flip out screen. It's like an S9 with raw, R3D red raw, and which is just crazy. And KG, yes, I'm too far into the L mount alliance for sure. I did pick up some cinema glass again, and I love it. I used it over the weekend. But when it comes to like my autofocus lenses, L mount. Too much L mount in my life. I'm seriously waiting for the Pyxis to get this dang autofocus update, because the Pocket 6K, or the Pocket full frame has the autofocus, and everybody I've seen says it's actually really good. And so I'm really, because same sensor that was in the Pocket full frame is in the Pyxis. And I really want that autofocus update, because then, my autofocus lenses will get a way more love. So that would, I really want that to happen. Coffee pour over. These are a lot of good questions. All right, so let's tackle these. Not pour over, it's drip. I'm in our co-working space, and all we have is drip coffee. But the beans are local. They're from Black and White, which is one of our local roasters. It's what I use at home for all my espresso stuff. So really good beans, but still drip. And then Eagle Rare, it's too sweet for me. Like, it's just too sweet. For that matter, all right, I'm going into bourbon land here. I have gotten really used to a $20 bottle of bourbon called Old Granddad. It's like $25. It is a bonded 100 proof bourbon. It's got that bitter 100 proof, like you just feel like you're like drinking bitterness. And I think that's also because I like IPAs. I like bitter stuff, which I think I've developed. I haven't always loved that. But when I start drinking stuff like Buffalo Trace or even for that matter, like I can't drink Woodford anymore because I've gotten really used to like a bitter bourbon or like a bourbon that has more of a bite to it. And so, yeah, Old Granddad is like my favorite now. But we did get some Buffalo Trace in our local ABC. And so I, of course, had to pick up a couple bottles because that also is not very common. I knew I was all in on L mount when I bought the Sigma 135-18. Don't say this because I'm literally looking at the cinema version of that. And I've been talking myself out of it because one, it like I found it used for like $1,600 on MPB. And it's EF. It's everything I've been getting lately because I have my 50 and 24. They're both Sigma Cine EF mount. But the 135-18, I have been debating for a B cam for interviews for the 50 millimeter, even though it's a little bit more than double the 50 millimeter focal length, but as a B cam, but also for live events. And the only thing that has been throwing me off with the live event aspect is I would be filming with the Pyxis. I do everything with the Pyxis now. And if you're, Matthew Dangu and you're talking about like, you don't want me to shoot raw, I'm sorry. Everything's in raw at this point. I'm going to have to spend some money, aren't I? I might have to sell a camera to get this. I might have to sell the BF. I think I might have to finally sell the BF. I'm not using it. And I really want that 135 T2. Like, dang, you're going to have to, okay, we're going to go look at this. All right. So we're going to go to MPB. We're going to do some lens shopping really quick. This is always fun. Let's see here. Let's share my screen. At the stage. All right. So we're looking at MPB. Sigma 135 millimeter T2 Canon EF fit. All right. So yeah, 1639, excellent condition. And to be fair, my 24 that I just bought for like $1,100 was way worse condition. This one looks in decent condition. It's got some bang ups, but dude, that's my only concern is the barcode there indicates to me that it was a rental lens. That's my only concern. But yes, this has been living rent free in my head for a while. Get it so clean when it hits. There is, geez. I use the 135 for interviews. It's worth it. Is it your B cam or is it that's a really tight A cam. Do you use it for B cam? And just to be clear, we're talking about the older HSM 135, not the new one that just came out. That's like the 1.4, because that one was sick too. And don't get me wrong, like I love what Sigma's doing with their newer lenses where they're letting you program the focus throw. But it's still, you can't put LiDAR on it. It doesn't really work manual focus in that way. But that's where I'm looking at the 135 T2. I really am going to have to sell the BF. And And that makes me sad because I really wanted to hold on to the BF because I wanted to make more content about it, but also like it's not getting any use, and I really just need to let go of it. All right, sorry. Totally agree about sweet bourbons. That's why I prefer peated Scotch. I need to find Old Granddad. I would be curious if it mixes with cocktails. Oh yeah, it is. My friends that have that first initially recommended Old Granddad to me is all about mixing it with cocktails. So you definitely should try it. Also on topic, while I love Sigma Cine lenses, I decided to go with DZO R-less. Interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more. Honestly, like I started playing around with lens manufacturers that I haven't really considered for cinema lenses. And I just came back to Sigma. Like I love Sigma glass. It's tried and true. I can get the looks that I want out of it with filtration and things like I know Sigma Cine glass. And that's where I was just like, I need to go that route. All right, let me get focused again because I moved. If you're just joining the stream and you're a Blackmagic owner, Bluetooth Plus, it will save your bacon. I don't know why I said that, but which is, let me see, because one thing I haven't tried with the Bluetooth Plus is pulling focus with the phone. So, because I can go, how responsive is it? Okay. Oh God, too much. Go back. All right, we're just going to go back. There we go. So yes, this, KG, I wish you hadn't said anything about the 135. Okay. So you're using 135. What camera are you using it with? And because that is, okay. So I was saying my only drawback with the 135 for events is with me using the Pyxis. I'm really sorry for anyone that ever joins my streams and just lets me go on a train of derailment completely. But anyways, I digress. So my concern with the 135 for events is no stabilization. And that's the only reason where I was okay just keeping my 70 to 200 is because, okay, it's an autofocus lens. I can't like reliably pull focus like I can with my Sigma Cines, but I have, I have a zoom, so I have that reach, I have that versatility, and I have stabilization. But again, over the weekend, we did a house event. It was like there was a couple getting engaged, and they had like a meet the parents at the house. I can't remember what country they were from, but we were honored to kind of cover the event there. But I used the 24 T15 for all the wides, and it was a house. So like we had a lot of wides, and I loved it. I love pulling focus. Sometimes pulling focus scares me because I'm like, oh, what happens if I don't, nail it? Well, that's on me. But the Blackmagic has such good focus assist tools. I found myself pulling more manually, and even like with the LiDAR on there, like it was like I have it on there, like my PD movie is on my Pyxis, but I it's off most of the time. Like it's if I need it for tracking, it's there, but most of the time it's off, and I pull focus by hand. Because again, I said it before, I like to hone in on that skill set. But also I find that I trust my own focus pulling versus LiDAR. So I was using 24 again. My ADHD, I don't even have ADHD, is just all over the place. But I was using the 24, the 50, and I really wanted a manual focus pulling experience for a longer telephoto lens. And I debated on the 105 T or T1.5, but that's a big lens. That's a big lens. Let me see if MPB has it. Yeah. So that just, I think it has just PL. But especially comparatively, because that's a T1.5, that's a giant lens. So like I can feel myself not really digging the overall filming experience with that if I'm doing handheld. But go back over here, then you have the 135, which is actually smaller because it is a T2. It's kind of from what it looks like, it reminds me of the 85 T1.5, which was a little bit bigger, but it wasn't too big to manage, especially handheld. But I wanted a longer focal length for events coverage. I wanted something that was a little bit faster than f2.8, and so having the ability to have an f1.8 or T2 in this scenario, have a longer focal length for events, being able to have the same focus pulling experience that I love with my other Sigma Cine lenses, having the 180-degree focus throw, just really great for events because no part of that focus throw seems too long or too short. It's really that kind of that nice in between for pulling your own focus. And so that's why I was looking at it. And so, man, it was almost like KG, like you came into the stream and it was destined to happen. All right. I love the R-less, man. I never realized how much lenses change your image until I use those lenses. I currently have the 25 millimeter and the 50 millimeter. I want to build the set this year. That's dope. I honestly, I kind of did that the same with my Sigma Cines again. I started with the 50 because I film almost everything with 50. And then I got the 24, and now I think I'm going to do 135 because of KG. Thanks a bunch. Now I get to spend some money. Kidding. I'm excited. I hate when things are too big to manage. Swing. Sorry. Nope. We're not going to do that. Anyways. So yes. So we are in real time going through my struggle of gear acquisition syndrome. And to be fair, I have a business. This is a business purchase. Exactly. This is a business purchase. And you know, I am sad though, because it means I do have to sell a camera because I cannot cash this right now. So I'd have to sell a camera, and it probably is the BF. I'm sad, but we're gonna have to make this happen because I really, really, really want that lens. Okay, so if you are just joining the stream, we are going through Anson's midlife crisis, which is buying gear. And we're drinking coffee and lens shopping. Got to go. Have a great love seeing the stream. Yes. Oh, speaking of which, missed the streams with you and Caleb. Speaking of which, the unknown with Caleb and Anson is coming back. Maybe this week, maybe next week. We said the first of the year was when we're going to come back. And so this is actually kind of a test to see like how well we can make this happen. So thanks for joining, man. Hope to see you soon. Okay, so 135 T2. All right, how am I going to buy this? And honestly, like I actually really love that like these Sigma Cines are getting older because that means that they're getting a little bit more affordable, a little bit more in reach, especially with, God bless, like how much is their new Sigma? What are they? Azure? Nope. Sigma Cinema lenses. It is is their new primes? Oh, here they are. Aiju. I can never pronounce that. But these are freaking almost, they're right above $8,000, which is insane. And don't get me wrong, they're a T13. So there is that. So if I had bought this, oh, I can't believe they went to 25, not 24. Interesting. So we have 25, which is, again, $8,300. Jeez, dude. I'm curious of why these aren't available for L mount, which is crazy. And they only go up to 75. Interesting. I was supposed to get my hands on one of these to review. I'll have to reach back out. But yeah, these are, wait, hang on. I'm not sharing these. Hang on. Stop screen. Let me share screen. Let's go over here. Sorry, I was talking about these and you couldn't see what I was talking about. There we go. So yeah, these are like $8,300. And so to have like Sigma glass, and I don't know what the character of these are. I don't know if they're more clinical, like we know from Sigma. I think they are. But still, like, I'm curious. And they look big. Like, it's almost like they took the Sigma, the high-speed Cine primes, and like added another section to it. But anyways, so it's really cool to see like the older high-speed Cine primes be a little bit more affordable, which is the only reason I've been able to pick them up again. So, all right. So with that said, I'm going to go figure out what my life looks like without a BF camera and with the 135 T2. Yep. So, all right. So with that said, I think this setup is a success. I like this setup. Let me go back over here. I like this setup more than last week's. And if you're just joining the stream, this is kind of what I'm thinking might work from now on with our podcast. We can film into the corner, but I really like filming against this wall, having the prints back there, have the 35 millimeter 1.2. It gives I like the compression a little bit more than 24 millimeters. And so, yeah. All right. I got to go see how I can sell off my BF and get the 135. Okay. You guys have a good day. Thank you for joining the stream. As always, go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.